Imagine this for a moment. You wake up in the morning feeling tired, your body heavy, your mind foggy. You haven't done anything wrong yet, but your day already feels harder than it should. Now imagine this happening not once, but almost every day. What if I told you that poor sleep doesn't just make you feel tired, slowly changes how your body works, how your brain thinks, and even how long you may live? Sleep is not a luxury. It is not extra time your body can afford to lose. Sleep is one of the most powerful healing tools your body has, and when it's missing, the damage starts quietly from the inside. Most people think sleep is just rest. You close your eyes, your body shuts down, and you wake up refreshed. But science tells a very different story. While you sleep, your body is actually extremely busy. Your brain organizes memories, your muscles repair themselves, your hormones reset, and your immune system strengthens its defenses. Sleep is the time when your body fixes what was damaged during the day. When sleep becomes poor weather, it's too short, too light, or constantly interrupted, this repair system begins to fail. Let's start with what happens to your body. One of the first systems affected by poor sleep is your energy balance. When you don't sleep well, your body produces more of a hormone called ghrelin, which increases hunger, and less of leptin, which tells you that you are full. This means that after a bad night's sleep, you are more likely to crave sugary, fatty foods and overeat without realizing it. This is one of the reasons people who sleep poorly struggle more with weight gain and obesity, even if they don't eat much more than others. Poor sleep also directly affects your blood sugar levels. When you don't get enough quality sleep, your cells become less sensitive to insulin. Over time, this increases the risk of type 2 diabetes. Studies have shown that even just a few nights of bad sleep can disrupt how your body handles sugar. Now let's talk about your immune system. When you sleep, your body releases proteins called cytokines that help fight infection and inflammation of these protective proteins. This means your body becomes weaker at fighting virus and bacteria. This is why people who do unsleep well often get sick more easily and take longer to recover. When you sleep, your body releases proteins called cytokines that help fight infection and inflammation of these protective proteins. This means your body becomes weaker at fighting virus and bacteria. This is why people who do not sleep well often get sick more easily and take longer to recover. This is why chronic poor sleep is associated with memory problems, difficulty concentrating, and slower thinking. You may notice that after bad sleep, you forget simple things, struggle to focus, or feel mentally slow. That's not laziness, it's biology. Emotional regulation is also deeply connected to sleep. When you don't sleep well, the emotional center of your brain becomes more reactive, while the logical decision-making part becomes less active. This imbalance makes when you sleep well, your body releases proteins called cytokines that help fight infection and inflammation. Poor sleep reduces the production of these protective proteins. This means your body becomes weaker at fighting viruses and bacteria. This is why people who don't sleep well often get sick more easily and take longer to recover. Sleep deprivation also increases inflammation throughout the body. Chronic inflammation is linked to many serious diseases, including heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, and even some cancers. In simple terms, poor sleep puts your body into a constant state of low-level stress. But the effects don't stop with physical health. In many ways, the brain suffers even more. Your brain depends on sleep to function clearly. During deep sleep, your brain clears out toxic waste products that build up during the day. One of these waste products is linked to Alzheimer's disease. When sleep is poor, this cleaning process doesn't work efficiently, allowing harmful substances to accumulate over time. More likely to feel irritable, anxious, or overwhelmed by small problems. Over time, poor sleep increases the risk of mental health disorders such as anxiety and depression. Research shows that sleep problems often appear before symptoms of depression, not after. This suggests that poor sleep is not just a symptom, it can be a cause. Many people try to push through poor sleep with caffeine, energy drinks, or sheer willpower, but this only masks the problem. The damage continues quietly in the background, night after night. And here's the most important part. Poor sleep doesn't only affect how you feel today. It affects who you become in the long run. The good news is that sleep is one of the most controllable health factors. Small changes can create by long-term sleep deprivation has been linked to a shorter lifespan. People who consistently sleep too little or have poor quality sleep have a higher risk of dying earlier from chronic diseases. This isn't meant to scare you, it's meant to show how powerful sleep truly is. Improvements, not just in how you sleep, but in how your body and mind function every single day. In the next part, we'll go deeper into how poor sleep changes your mood, behavior, and daily performance, and why modern lifestyles are making sleep worse than ever before. Poor sleep doesn't just stay in the night. It follows you into your day, shaping how you think, how you react, and how you interact with the world around you, often without you even realizing it. After a night of bad sleep, your brain struggles to perform basic tasks. Reaction times slow down, decision-making becomes weaker, and mistakes happen more easily. This is why sleep deprivation is now considered as dangerous as alcohol when it comes to driving. A tired brain misjudges distance, speed, and risk. Many accidents at work and on the road happen not because people are careless, but because they are sleep deprived. Poor sleep also affects motivation. When you don't sleep well, the brain's reward system becomes less active. Things that normally feel enjoyably exercise, socializing, hobbies start to feel like effort. This creates a dangerous cycle. You feel tired, so you move less. You move less, so your health declines. And as your health declines, sleep becomes even worse. Let's talk about mood and emotions. Sleep and emotions are deeply connected. When sleep is poor, the brain's emotional filter weakens. This means your brain reacts more strongly to negative experiences and less strongly to positive ones. Small problems feel bigger. Normal stress feels overwhelming. You may notice that you become more impatient, more sensitive, or more easily frustrated. Over time, this constant emotional strain can lead to chronic anxiety. Your nervous system stays in a state of alert, even when there is no real danger. Your body releases stress hormones like cortisol more frequently, keeping your heart rate and blood pressure higher than normal. Depression is also closely linked to poor sleep. People with chronic insomnia are much more likely to develop depression, and people with depression often struggle with sleep. This creates a loop where poor sleep worsens mood and low mood worsens sleep. Breaking this cycle often starts with improving sleep, not just treating mood symptoms. Memory and learning suffer as well. During sleep, especially deep and REM sleep, your brain strengthens important memories and removes unnecessary information. This process helps you learn new skills, retain knowledge, and think creatively. When sleep is poor, this process is interrupted. Information doesn't stick. Learning becomes harder. You may read the same page multiple times and still not remember it. This is especially important for students, professionals, and anyone who relies on mental performance. Sleeping less to gain more time often backfires because the brain simply doesn't function at full capacity without proper rest. Now, let's look at why poor sleep has become so common. Modern life is not friendly to sleep. Its artificial lights, especially from mobile phones and screens, confuse the brain. Blue light suppresses melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. When you scroll late at night, your brain thinks it's still daytime. Stress is another major factor. Worrying about work, money, relationships, or the future keeps the mind active when it should be slowing down. Even if you lie in bed for hours, mental stress prevents deep, restorative sleep. Irregular sleep schedules also damage sleep quality. Sleeping late on weekends and waking early on weekdays confuses your internal body clock. Your body thrives on routine. When that routine is constantly changing, sleep becomes lighter and less refreshing. Caffeine plays a hidden role too. Many people consume tea, coffee, or energy drinks in the afternoon or evening without realizing that caffeine can stay in the body for 6 to 8 hours. Even if you fall asleep, the quality of your sleep is reduced. And then there's the belief that sleep can be recovered later. While short naps can help, long-term sleep debt cannot be fully repaid. Your body remembers the damage. But here is something important to understand. Feeling used to poor sleep does not mean your body has adapted. It only means your brain has adjusted its expectations downward. The damage is still happening. In the final part, we'll explore how improving sleep can dramatically transform both physical and mental health, and what simple, science-backed changes can help restore healthy sleeps starting tonight. Now, let's talk about hope, because the effects of poor sleep may be serious, but the solution is not complicated. The body has an incredible ability to heal once sleep improves. Many people are surprised to find that when they fix their sleep, other health problems begin to improve on their own. When sleep becomes deeper and more consistent, the brain regains clarity. Focus improves. Memory becomes sharper. Emotional reactions soften. Situations that once felt overwhelming become manageable again. This happens because proper sleep restores balance between the emotional and logical parts of the brain. Physically, better sleep helps regulate hormones that control hunger, stress, and metabolism. Cravings decrease. Energy levels stabilize. Blood sugar control improves. Blood pressure becomes easier to manage. Even pain sensitivity often decreases because sleep lowers inflammation in the body. One of the most powerful benefits of good sleep is its effect on mental resilience. With proper rest, your brain becomes better at handling stress. Problems don't disappear, but your ability to respond to them improves. This is why people who sleep well are generally calmer, more patient, and more emotionally stable. So, how do you begin improving sleep? It starts with respecting sleep as a priority, not an afterthought. Sleep is not something you fit in after everything else is done. It is the foundation that allows everything else to work properly. Creating a consistent sleep schedule is one of the most effective steps. Going to bed and waking up at the same time each day, even on weekends, helps reset your internal clock. Over time, your body naturally begins to feel sleepy at the right hour. Your sleep environment matters more than you think. A dark, quiet, and cool room signals safety to the brain. Reducing noise, dimming lights, and keeping screens out of the bedroom can dramatically improve sleep quality. Reducing screen use before bed is especially important. Even 30 to 60 minutes without screens can allow melatonin levels to rise naturally. Replacing scrolling with calming activities like light reading, gentle stretching, or deep breathing helps the brain slow down. Managing stress during the day also improves sleep at night. Physical activity, even light walking, reduces stress hormones. Writing down worries before bed can prevent them from looping in your mind. Slow breathing activates the nervous system's calming response. Caffeine awareness is another key factor. Limiting caffeine intake to earlier in the day protects your natural sleep rhythm. Many people sleep better simply by avoiding caffeine after mid-afternoon. It's also important to understand that sleep does not improve overnight. Just like poor sleep builds damage over time, good sleep rebuilds health gradually. Consistency matters more than perfection. If sleep problems persist despite healthy habits, it may be a sign of an underlying condition such as sleep apnea, chronic anxiety, or hormonal imbalance. Seeking professional guidance is not a weakness, it's a step toward better health. The most powerful message is this: sleep is not wasted time. It is productive time for your body and mind. Every good night's sleep is an investment in your future health, your mental strength, and your quality of life. When you protect your sleep, you protect your heart, your brain, your emotions, and your ability to enjoy life. Poor sleep quietly steals from your life your energy, your focus, your emotional balance, and your long-term health. It weakens the body's defenses, clouds the mind, and makes everyday challenges feel heavier than they need to be. What often feels like just feeling tired is actually your body asking for repair, balance, and care. The science is clear. Quality sleep supports your heart, regulates your hormones, strengthens your immune system, and protects your brain. It helps you think clearly, feel emotionally stable, and respond to stress with strength instead of exhaustion. Sleep is not something you earn after a long day, is the foundation that makes every day work better. The most empowering truth is that better sleep is possible. Small, consistent changes respecting a regular schedule, reducing late-night screen time, managing stress, and creating a calm sleep environment can lead to powerful improvements in both physical and mental health. You don't need perfection. You just need commitment. When you choose to prioritize sleep, you are choosing clarity over confusion, resilience over burnout, and long-term health over short-term habits. Protect your sleep, and your body and mind will reward you night after night, day after day.